Police have launched a murder investigation after a man was fatally stabbed. A man in his 30s was stabbed on board a tram approaching Highbury Vale tram stop. Officers were called at around 11:01 am this morning, Monday, June the 26th, and arrived within minutes. One man was arrested at the scene on suspicion of murder and remains in police custody. Despite the best efforts of emergency services, a man 30 died at the scene.
A scene remains in place while investigations continue. Chief Constable Kate Maynell, of Nottinghamshire Police, said, "What happened at Highbury Vale this morning is tragic and has resulted in the death of a man in his 30s. We know there were other passengers on board at the time and understand how frightening this must have been for anyone who saw what happened.
Our officers were at the scene quickly and detained a suspect. He remains in police custody. This was an isolated incident and we are not looking for anyone else in connection with what happened this morning. Anyone with any information or mobile phone footage is asked to contact 101." Quoting incident number 274 of the 26th of June 2023.
Thank you for watching. Maybe now is a good time to subscribe below. It's absolutely free.
A man and a woman have been remanded to appear at the Old Bailey as part of an investigation into the murder of Nellie Akama in Croydon. Hugo da Silva Pyers, 2808. 12.94 of Fernham Road, Thornton Heath, was charged on Sunday, June the 25th with murder, burglary and fraud. Kasia Feliciano, 31 of Fernham Road, Thornton Heath, was charged with fraud and perverting the course of justice. Both were arrested at Stansted Airport on Friday, June the 23rd, and appeared in custody at Bromley Magistrates Court on Monday, June the 26th. Pyers has been remanded to appear at the Old Bailey on Wednesday, June the 28th. Feliciano was also remanded and she will appear at the Old Bailey on Monday, July the 24th. Detectives from the Met's Specialist Crime Command began an investigation after the body of 76-year-old Nellie Akama was found at a residential property in Ladbroke Road at around 10:40 hours on Wednesday, June the 21st. Nellie's family has been informed of this development, and they will continue to be supported by family liaison officers.
Detectives are appealing for witnesses as an investigation continues into a number of indecent exposures in Hampstead Heath. In each incident, the actions and description of the suspect has been very similar. Detectives have received 4 reports of a lone man approaching women in the southeast area of Hampstead Heath, exposing himself before asking them if they want to have sex with him. The incidents happened between Tuesday, 6, Wednesday, June 7. All incidents were reported to police, who immediately began investigating. Detectives believe these offenses could have been committed by the same person and are working to trace him. The suspect is described as having tanned skin, with short brown hair, dark eyes, clean-shaven, between 5'6" tall and aged around 25 to 35. Additional patrols across the Heath have been ongoing and specialist detectives are carrying out extensive inquiries to identify the suspect. They are asking for anyone who was on the Heath between the 6th and 7th of June, in the early evening, to think about whether they saw anyone matching the description or a man showing suspicious or concerning behavior. They want to hear from anyone who thinks they saw something that could assist their inquiries. Officers also want to hear from anyone else this might have happened to but has not previously come forward.
Detective Inspector Joel Gregory from the Central North Serious Sexual Offences team said, "We understand this may be concerning to those who use the Heath. However, I'd like to reassure the local community we have stepped up patrols and are working thoroughly to identify the person or persons responsible for these abhorrent offences. We have carried out extensive inquiries, and 2 weeks on from the sexual assault, I am asking anyone who was in the park this time last 2 weeks ago to think back to if they saw a man acting suspiciously or matching the description. We are taking these offenses extremely seriously, but are keeping an open mind as to whether they were committed by the same man. It is imperative that he is identified, but we need the public's help. Anyone who has information that they think can help us is urged to make contact immediately. We are also working closely with Camden Council, who are supporting our investigation.
Any form of violence against women is deeply concerning, and we do not underestimate the seriousness of these offenses. Anyone who has information that could help police should contact us online via met.police.uk or call 101 quote reference 7955/06 June 23.
A man who was found dead at a property in Mauritius Court, Aberdeen has been named as Neil Jolly, 49. Officers were called to the area around 1:02 am on Monday, June the 26th, 2023, and Neil was pronounced dead at the scene. A woman was arrested and charged in connection with the death, and appeared at Aberdeen Sheriff Court on Tuesday, June the 27th, 2023. Detective Inspector William Murdoch said, "Our thoughts are very much with Neil's family and friends, as well as everyone else affected by his death. We are providing his family with support at this difficult time. Our investigation into this incident remains ongoing."
Officers are continuing to carry out inquiries following the death of a 50-year-old man in Glasgow. Around 5:05 p.m. on Sunday, June 25, 2023, police were called to a report of a man seriously injured within a flat in Gleneaslaw Street in the Tollcross area. Emergency services attended and the 50-year-old man was pronounced dead at the scene. He can now be named as Stuart Williams.
Following a post-mortem examination, his death is currently being treated as suspicious, and his next of kin have been made aware. A 51-year-old man has since been arrested in connection with the death of Mr. Williams. Detective Chief Inspector Graham McCready said, "Extensive inquiries have been ongoing since the deceased was discovered on Sunday, and I want to reassure the community that we are treating this as an isolated incident. You will see a significant police presence in the area whilst we carry out investigations. Officers will be carrying out door-to-door inquiries and gathering CCTV and dash-cam footage which could provide the inquiry team with additional information."
Anyone with any concerns can approach officers at any time. Although an arrest has been made, we are still carrying out significant inquiries, and I would urge anyone with information on this incident to contact us as soon as possible. Any witnesses, or anyone who holds any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, should get in touch with us. Police can also be contacted by calling
Police have charged a 35-year-old man with multiple offenses. Paddy Much, aged 35 and of no fixed address, has been charged with rape, threatening a person with an offensive weapon and criminal damage in Norwich on the 17th of June 2023. He appeared at Norwich Magistrates Court today, Tuesday the 27th of June 2023, and was remanded into custody ahead of his next court appearance on the 25th of July 2023.